well.
Okay, I laughed lots. I've got to put this on tape because someday you'll be dead and I'll want to remember it. I said, I want you to close your eyes. What did I say? I want you to think about what it is that I am up against. I know you're up against a lot of stuff too. But you said what?
Principalities and powers. Something doesn't want you to get what you...
Remember that little sermon I preached? And I'll remember this if I ever listen to it. Jesus, period, fuck. Jesus, or period, Christ.
Yeah.
You know what? It's really strange that you would say that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What is a principality and power?
I'd say in this case...
What?
I'd say in this case it's something evil.
What is a principality and what is a power? Do you know?
Principality is an area. And the power is whatever's coming out of that area.
And spiritual rulers in high places, what are those?
Priests,
Don't worry, remember, I know my Bible.
priests, scholars.
Okay. Here's where we're at, and this is what I said to Charmaine. Are you with me? Sit up so I can look at you through this. They talked about this last week. And I said, you know what I'm not going to preach? Look at me. Just smile. And she looked at me and she had that giggle. She said, thank you. Okay. I said, you know what? We're talking about what Paul said, which was principalities and rulers and spiritual thrones in high places. We can understand that any way we want. Christianity teaches a lot of things. However, I will say that Judaism and Gnosticism says in different portions of the world are energies or angels or devil's minions or whatever you want to call them that have control over different areas of this realm. Are you with me on this?
Yeah.
And then apart from that, there are other things like human kind of connections. And apart from that, you get where I'm going here.
And I ask your forgiveness.
I said, so what's interesting is, and they were talking about praying for the Ukraine.
Yes, because I cannot ask for God. I know I'm
That's
ready
where it
to
all
do that.
started. I said, you know what? I would tell everybody to go home and Google who is in charge of that area.
Why me?
I don't know if Charmaine likes everything I say. I said, you know what? If you want to accept the angel's name, that's your business. If not, pray.
I love
Is
you.
that a bad thing to say?
No.
Actually, isn't. Said, you know, the Gnostics were incredible. They accepted Christ. They had some other thoughts, but you know what? They had insights that I don't know if we always see in the Bible.
But the funny thing is,
That we read. If you go into lower into the Bible with the Judaism,
I have lied
teachings
about
are there.
many things, both to others
looks
and
after
to
what?
myself. But I find, to my surprise,
And by the
that I
way,
cannot lie to you.
Uriel is supposed to be one of my
Nor
archangels.
escape your judgment.
Okay.
God, he's standing by me right now. And yeah, that whole thing of, yeah, principalities, this really wild you would say that. Wow. Is that what I'm up against?
So,
Am I up against Papa?
no.
Am I up against a locum?
Now you're talking about people I don't know.
What's your gut feeling? You're not sure, are you?
sound right.
What?
Doesn't feel right.
Am I up against it?
Oh.
That's good, because I have consistently said I'm not up against Papa. I'm not up against... Am I up against ocean?
Maybe.
Ooh. Funny you would say that. I hope this is a gut thing, a response
It
here.
is.
Because ocean is a locum. Maybe I am. Am I up against Santissimo
Has been
Murte?
executed by my order for disloyalty and high treason.
Isn't that odd? That's exactly where I'm at.
Even though
I've
I
thought
trusted him.
Santissimo Murte. And by the way, Santissimo Murte has a real lot of Catholic Christian connections that I've gone,
There can only
No.
ever be one punishment.
you're still with me. And I don't know how to explain that. How would I explain that to these Christian
The race
ladies?
will now be entrusted completely with the defense
You're right,
of our
I
realm.
would not.
This
But
is the iron hand of Franca.
I might be up against ocean, eh?
It's a symbol of my favor.
Okay, can you pay attention?
I am.
Good. I want you to go to your diaphragm or your belly.
You've made the right choice.
I'm gonna rattle off some names. Shango. Yema.
Possibility.
Ooh. Interesting. And you said ocean, possibly.
Wait,
Yema.
come here.
Think about this. Who else? I'm going to give you some other things because I'm going to give you correspondences now.
In that fashion.
Odin.
Why should
No,
you be doing
definitely.
Woden.
I think
Possibly.
you carry a terrible burden.
Oh, that's interesting because Odin and Woden are almost the same.
Loki for sure.
What?
Loki for sure.
Are you ready?
I'm up against Loki?
Wait.
Why
Oh.
does the most famous
Why do you say that?
shield maiden in the
He's a
world
ship
has come?
server.
If we believe, of course we believe.
What's wrong with me and Mei Ling?
Never. We will travel to hell and back with you, partner.
Okay, I really don't want your other thoughts on this. I just want you to say yes or no. And I want you to think inside in your belly. Freya.
No.
Hemdall.
No, definitely not.
You're right. That's why we have the
You have
cats.
to go?
I know. I'm going to come with you.
What have you got now, you twit? Give me that.
I've made a mistake before.
I'm not telling. I'm not going to save your life.
I'm working on it. Astera.
No. That's a smooth.
What?
That's a festival.
It's not a festival, that's goddess.
We must cross the mountains. We'll be safe here. You stay here. Get well.
I don't mind. But don't die, Loki.
I'll think of another couple things I want to ask in a minute, but those are the ones that have bothered me. Abtala.
No.
I'm gonna fix that. Oya.
Possibility.
Ooh. Would you like to know what's going on with that?
Right.
Oya is who I made deals with for you.
I'm leaving. I need you to give me what you have left.
This is not happening with me.
Well, you better figure that one out.
Yep.
And I make deals with
The
oil.
only reason I wanted you to come was because of the medicine.
I'm here because you said I was a free woman.
That's interesting. I really do think this is good because it's kind of like doing tarot.
As you please.
You're a liar. You've lied to me.
It's Kevin. Maybe Kevin. Kevin gets cigarettes for the dude next door. So the cage is at least locked. Oh, shiz. Hello.
How you doing?
There, say hello. Well, you got your hand in front of your face. Here, play with that. That's something to do, okay? Thank you. And you locked the door.
Yes, I did.
And where are your keys?
Deep in my pocket.
Well, where is your phone?
In my other pocket.
And is it zipped? No, it's not. We're going to Timmy's, aren't we?
Yep.
That's right. This is what you do, Timmy's. It's really nice.
Yep.
Yeah, so I figured if we stayed about half an hour to 40 minutes, and then we can get back in by about 8 or so. And I've still got the hour to deal with the cats and feed them and whatever. And a lot of.
It's another bike shop where the girls work.
Yeah.
soft water with no ice. Yes.
Watch, nobody will show up tonight. Isn't that how it always works? Yeah?
Sometimes.
Line up, and this is handicapped, so. That away. Good. Oh, thank you. Here. There, you got it? Hey.
Hey!
What are you doing? No? Okay. Anybody ride? No, everybody's riding a car. Everybody's driving.
Yeah, I sat with them one time before. Yeah.
Her son is right.
It's starting to rain now.
Oh yeah, it's just starting to rain.
Somebody rolled her into the ditch there.
What, a bike?
No, RV and a pickup truck.
First time wasn't his fault because he was doing something and the guy was trying to go around.
Okay. No, where's that pickup? I don't know.
First off, talking about barge cross the water with no ice. Barge crossing the water with no ice. Yeah, with no ice. And I think they're called chills. The chill, the drink, the cold.
The what kind of drink? The cream chill?
Strawberry smoothie.
Strawberry, cream chill. What size?
The large.
Then the large. Water
Large
is the
water with
large.
no ice.
Okay. Or
Change my shirt.
debit, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
This is with the bathroom too.
What?
Actually with the bathroom as well.
Okay, have you done this?
Yeah.
And I'll get this down here.
But this part's a better be good.
It's going to be open in November.
Good luck.
I asked them on Saturday, I went to camping with them. And they said, well, our orders are being sent there starting in September.
Wow. Yeah. Well, at least they have a big parking lot around. That's a good thing. Now what is happening? It's hard getting in and out of there.
What's that thing?
Payola,
That's here.
which is going backwards. And then Trudeau's going to
So-
be more tomato.
Maybe it's just the echoes. Is that it? It feels like it's right behind me.
It's going to be another 25 billion.
Well, the whole goal is to bankrupt everything. The whole country.
Well,
That's all part of the goal.
We're going there now.
That's their intention. Yeah. That's their intention.
Really got kind of shut down in the European Union.
Yeah. What did he get slapped? Oh man.
Everybody was calling him a dictator.
Well, the EU, whatever Parliament. Oh yeah, they were.
You can go now.
Yeah,
I want to hear from you.
and then when he did speak, there's nobody in the audience. And he gets there, but he walks in without a mask, sits down, puts a mask on because he knows the cameras are rolling. Like, what a virtue signaling bugger.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
And yeah, shooting a deal on every, by a couple of guys.
Yeah.
That one girl, that one lady.
Yeah, she was good.
And
She
the guy?
just, yeah, she tore him a new one.
The guys were Russian.
Could have been. I don't know.
He was just-
A lot of the EUs, they were just, and then they all left before he spoke. He was talking to an empty place.
Don't want to just, no, Biden's half his 48 days. Oh, yeah.
Well, he's not in charge of anything.
If I change the handlebars in that shadow, do you think I could run it better? Or is it just because it's heavy?
No, I think if you change the handlebars, you might find a big difference.
I had the handlebars on it, the original bars, and I couldn't deal with them, if you remember that.
Yeah.
So now it's a question of, you know, he put those on because it has to have enough turning or whatever that goes on. Or I send it away for $300-$400.
it's kind of, if you're not running the vehicle a lot, leave them on, because who knows right now.
Right.
You realize that? We've still got about another 2 weeks anyway of who knows, and particularly when you look at the mountains, what's going on with levels.
It's kind of cool to work and see everybody tonight.
It was good to see everybody tonight and say hello. I thought that was going to change. See? I knew that. Or their rides.
What else do we need?
Foot bags.
You're doing the pigs? Okay. You still got you got the 13? Good, hang on to it. I'm tired of buying.
Got the wrenches?
At any given moment, I'm forever buying those ones.
And there was a rag here. Where'd you go?
Oh, I probably had it in my hand. I wiped the stuff off. Hold on. Jesus fucking Christ. Here, I wiped the mirrors off.
Thank you.
There you go. And then I put it down on the table. There we are.
So we can have music from the dead spots on the highway.
Oh, okay.
But here's my Bluetooth on my cell phone with the vehicle. Sandy, yeah. You know, you go through those dead zones where there's no radio. Then you have to listen to your passenger panting in the seat next to you. I'm teasing. It's a joke.
I thought you had a dog.
No. Not on me. I mean, he called you a dog. That's not very nice.
One of those days, you know.
I picked up what he was putting down. And hammer was laying over on the other side of the truck.
It's over here. Oh, I think she put it away.
Gosh.
Shai, did you put the hammer away? Can we borrow it again, please?
Oh yeah, probably a set.
I did have the
You're
tools
just
out.
too efficient at putting things away.
I did.
I have it in my hand and I'm grabbing something else. I tend to set it down.
Yeah.
All I know is I didn't do it.
This was just a rag.
Oh, thank you.
But I'm looking for
So that's definitely the right reg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I file everything for here.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
This is
Here's the VIN number of the bike. Should be on that sticker.
What's?
Yeah. Oh, just checking the VIN number. JHR2 RC.
And I need a punch or anything that can act as a punch.
Yes.
take pictures. Give you something to do. How's that?
Look that way. Has the camera out.
Well,
I noticed the camera's sitting there.
He doesn't come outside of them anymore. So
Well, that's great.
yeah. So.
Stephanie, you realize that you have to.
That's from my vape. That's from my vape. Because if I press the button by accident.
Did I do the right thing?
Okay, which way does this go? This way, right?
Yeah.
I don't have anybody to help me push that. I just really don't.
Pardon?
I
I thought Kevin would be around, but he has been working and whatnot, so I take it you guys are going to be okay.
Yeah, it's a steep climb.
You to us, what do we think?
Well, I wish I could back it up
A raised area.
a hill, right? So
Yeah,
I can reduce
but
this.
there's really
It's a
not.
steep climb.
There's nowhere that. Here, I'm liable to forget my camera someplace too. I leave this stuff out in the yard. He said he'll be around in just a second.
We're just still trying to MacGyver that, trying to decrease that angle so it's not so steep.
What? I got a ramp. You knew I had a ramp.
Do you have anything else like plywood? Plywood or a longer ramp.
I'm not even sure if I've got rope.
The other option is, even if we can raise this 10 inches, that reduces the angle substantially. And I could do that by...
Just walking up that?
Yeah, and this isn't that steady either. See, it's not steady.
Okay, I'll go get some other stuff. Just
You're going back around? Oh my God.
You're all right?
Yeah.
Cut through him here. Just cut through there and go through the front gate. That's where I chase all the drug dealers off.
All right, it's halfway through, yell. Get the heck out of here.
You be careful. He might be one of the boys, and we won't go there with that, okay? I have a lot of those connections that are in this area. If we didn't have that, we would really be screwed because it is that bad.
I don't know what he said.
Huh?
Does the bike run?
Yes.
Okay, I got a better idea. If you want to drive over to the train tracks over here.
Yeah, where are they?
That's where I load my bikes. It's,
Just down here.
All right.
And there's a big 4-foot thing. You back right up to it, just drive, push it straight on.
Hey,
Oh,
excellent.
that's exactly what we're looking for.
We'll
Something just
definitely bring
no
your
fuss.
ramp back. Don't worry.
So I
Well, we need this.
No, I'll put
people.
the ramp
What
back
did you
away.
think? He says we won't need it.
You won't need it. You won't need it.
Hurry up, you have to
Okay, so what is
customize your own bike that you're buying, just to get it on the trailer. So that's what he was doing, should be customizing it.
I would have just given him the fucking mirrors.
Yeah.
Like this was all nuts out there. And I know there's been some go-arounds with the neighbor next door. But they had it in the back, and he decided he couldn't take it up the ramp.
Yeah, I know that.
Then he wanted me to get plywood. He wanted me to pull plywood out from beside the truck. You know what? It won't hold the bike. I know that already. That won't hold it. He says, oh, if I can put that under there and I'll ride it up. I said, I'm not prepared to do that. Well, why not? I said, because it's not my plywood. Kevin's upstairs, somebody here, and I'm not moving the truck to do this. And we were out there for 2 hours too. 2 hours. So I talked to Dan this morning. I went over, yelled at the back fence, and Bella just went, God damn.
Yes, I heard her.
What a good girl. I love her. I love that dog. She is such a good girl. The other one does a lot of noise, but not as bad. Like, she goes off and you can't even hear anybody yelling. So, which is good. I guess that's why you have them, so they can kill runaways. Okay. And she came out to the fence and I said, is Dan still here? Well, yeah, he's on the phone. Because at least he knows bikes, right? And he is a little taller. And I said, can he give them a hand? And I was surprised he came out as fast as he did. He says, oh, I said, that's what I'm selling. You see, I'd already talked to him earlier this morning. And the bottom line is, Tim, we don't know how long you're here. And he said, I'm sorry. Okay. So we had a really nice conversation. I said, you know, I'm not about to spend you know, $40,000 to $65,000 for a Harley that I may never want after 2 seasons. You don't want that. Yeah, you're right. This is nuts. Now what? So I'm unloading some things here that I don't know what to do with, that I can't trike. Looked at me funny. He knows nothing about that. I said, you know, like the 2 wheels on the side, on the back? I'm having issues with money-wise with this bike. This bike would do it. The 750 would do it. But I can't get the thing into here, and a lot of, you name it, right? So he came out and he gave them a hand loading it. That was really good. Got them out of our fucking, I think he didn't want them in the alley anymore. Yeah, it was just, that was a horrendous experience. I've got a couple of other leads that I might even be able, if I paid the money, to get the people to bring them in. I have to look at them.
Yeah.
Well, this one I don't have to do a ferry ride, so I guess we're going to go for a drive tomorrow. And that's 2 birds with 1 stone. I said that. I said, you know, I can't go all over BC. Oh, that's what it can be. Well, I can't do that. But you're this close, and let's go look. And I can always say to him, I am seriously interested. I told him that I'm securing financing for all sorts of things, including that possible Harley. I just haven't signed papers yet. So let me come look. I don't know what to do with this Bergman. I think it would be nice to look at it because it's the cheapest thing going. But I don't know where we would put the oxygen tanks. I asked the dude, I called him, and he hasn't sent me anything yet. And said, can you get me a picture of the side of the bike? Full side. Because it will, and Bergman's that year should be, Kelly said they're pretty indestructible. They're all metal. Okay, well now I've got something to work with, right? It's because it would have to be racked, for lack of a better way to put it. Does that make sense? Some kind of, like, you know, racked out with, it will need braces because of the weight, so it would have to come back into the frame somewhere. But that would hold it. And that would take upwards of 4 tanks, which is close to 200 pounds, but that would work. But I can't do it on a plastic bike, can I?
No.
Okay, so we're back to that Riker shit, that this is a nightmare. And lotta. And maybe it's not. Maybe it could be done. I haven't gotten out to Can-Am yet. The dude to talk to is the one out there. He's actually parts. He's not a mechanic per se, but he was pretty smart. Measured it, we did this, we did that, and I said, well, blah, 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 and seat. Problem is there's not really a seat like you would find on a Goldwing for a passenger, which is what you can find for a lot of these others. You know, that's got a little bit of a tuck, and you need a bit of a tuck, because unlike Josie, I'm just going to strap you on.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh? Okay, well, there, you at least laughed a little. I would just strap you on and say, fuck it. Are you there? Stay there. And, I don't know. But I do know that right now going and seeing this is a learning curve, because if I can move this bike, I can move the Bergman. If I can move this bike, I can move the one Dale has. You follow?
Yeah.
Because we're all looking in those same weight capacities. So if I could do that, might work. But I'm not up against any of those yet, and there is nothing out there in 3 wheels in 800 or 900 pounds for me to go test myself against. So let's go test. And this guy was very nice. I didn't babble this long, but I did babble that. I said, when you see me, I'm 4'11". I always told anybody at Trev Dealey, measure my inseam. Now what am I going to buy? And if you can get me something to fit it. And he just laughed. So I guess he gets it. He said that somebody in his family is 5'2" or 3", and they were okay with it. Woman. And I said, yeah, well, I'll give them an extra, just that little bit extra leg. It's tricky. So there's lots of possibilities, and it's $3,000 to find a kit to put on the Rebel. Putting a kit on the Rebel, $3,500 with Les's work. You would be stuck on what would be worse than a bitch seat, but it could be racked. And that would do it too, which is still $6,000 or $7,000. And then it's like, when could it be done? If Coombs could do it, I would send them the Rebel and say, do it, do something. But at that point, you can't really put the foot planks, I don't know what to call them, foot flats. You would be stuck with
floorboards.
And that's what they're called. I can't remember if this one has floorboards or not. But we're going to go look, and it will give me something to sit on. And I really don't have much experience sitting on anything. And I'm not about to ask. I should have, I don't know what got into me. I should have said to him, can I see your motorcycle license? Guess I should have, shouldn't I?
No, not if you're trailer in it.
Driving it down the alley with no insurance, and it's still my bike.
No. First thing that was stolen.
Guess I could have done that. Well, they came to look at it, and the next thing I knew, he was riding off on it. Yeah, well, it never even occurred to me to say that. Although he struck me that he knew something about motorcycles.
Yeah.
Well, he did. But he has no idea how to start this bike. None. Making me wonder, I never did get that far enough to say, what do you ride?
Neither did I.
Well, the last 2 or 3 guys here, and I should have choked it. And a lot of it is because we're running old gas, and we just keep doing it to the poor goddamn baby. But one of the dudes who was here flooded it. For lack of better, I don't know how to explain it. It was like the truck. What the? And it just hiccuped and said, eh. And I thought, well, that's bizarre. Because it's still hooked to a battery charger. And I said, okay, wait, just wait a minute. Give it, let it settle down in the carb, and give it 1 or 2 cranks, and she fired. Oh, how'd you do that? So there's not that many smart people out there. I think what's going on, and why I'm dragging you out to start the boulevard, and those things should be started, is what's odd about it is cranking it. I see you doing that with it. I have never done that before with that bike. Ever done that. Just hit it. Just hit it. Don't end up dumping gas into it. And it actually is doing that now. That may be the age of the bike, what do I know? Because you sit there going, click, oops, a little more, click, boom, it's on. And I will have played with it for 20 minutes. and wasted battery. So that's kind of an interesting place. The other thing we need to do is get that Virago moved. And I don't know where to put it. I suspect it's going out front. I don't know where else to stick it. At that point, you're going out front and you're going to clean it up and probably take the bag off of it. I had no desire to send the bag today. The bag I may need that bag. Like the bag off of this one, onto something else. Because if it could be changed out on something I bought, meaning, find somebody to build a bracket to put onto it, it would hold oxygen tanks. So with the bigger bags, you follow, rather than those hard things that you lock. So the Virago needs to go up front, the bag needs to come off, and it needs to be wiped up. I just haven't figured out who's going to get it out front, because it ain't going to be you. I might be able to talk Dan into doing it, because I can't even sit it properly. And if it went out front, there it is, and go get it wiped up, and we put a tarp over it, okay? And then I get it listed, and I don't know what to list it for. $1,500.
So 2,000 and go from there.
And then go from there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I figured within the next month or two, it would list, and then everybody's kind of real crazy, and then somebody might buy it. And if you can start it, and it starts.
No one starts for me.
Well, see, if you can start it, then that's all that would matter, isn't it? Okay, so that's kind of where all that's going. I'm overwhelmed right now, Tim. I will not tell you I sent my baby away. I didn't. I don't know if I have a baby anymore. Bobo was my baby.
What about disability?
I have to go out there and get that cleaned up. That's a mess. It's filthy as shit. It's all sorts of things that should not have been out there all year. That's been really hard on it. It should have been in here on that side, and it wasn't. And that's where it should have been, which means it would have been not like it is right now. My other bright idea is to get the Virago in there and get the Boulevard here, because you're not riding the 250 anyway, and it would put the Boulevard at an easy out. Okay? So, oh, we're fucking whelmed. I lost $400 on that. But I have to admit that it was more than $1,000 that I would have got from a dealer. And they weren't going to give me $1,000. Just unreal, everything.
Every time just much.
Well, that's the thing. So, I don't know. I really hope these people feel guilty, but I bet you they won't. He said to me, he says, oh, well, where we are at, and blah, blah, I don't know, something. I said, no, they go for about $2,500. I said, not here, they don't. Oh, really? No, he's lying to me. He knows he's got a half-decent good bike. 3,000 clicks on it, with a little bit of twinking, and he knows somebody who can do it. They got a deal, a big deal already, because that bike right now is running 5 across Craigslist and Kijiji in that era. Oh. Yes, he got a real sweet deal. Okay, we've been watching Vikings, and I'm judging it by this. Ragnar Lothbrok messed around with a lot of women. Watch something else. What did he do? Stand beside anybody he'd been. You did not. You just stay with this. In 2002, when my father was dying, I had not quite $100,000 available to me. I spent that, and I spent $250,000, which includes the mortgage on this. And then I did another 30, and now I'm doing another 50. I realize you gave me money. You know what? You're actually giving me more now than you did for all those years. Isn't that odd? That's odd, isn't it?
So I'm giving less.
No, you're actually giving me more because I got 6 to 7 or maybe 8 a month out of you. I carried everything here. I carried bike stuff. I bought bikes. I did everything.
It's giving you $700 every 2 weeks out the hotel.
I'm actually getting more now. I'm getting close to 14, 15, so I'm still ultimately getting more, aren't I? Oh, because you don't get the way those figures work? Because I'm not paying your fucking goddamn whatever insurances that cost me a fortune because you wouldn't go get your goddamn license. For how many years? A lot of years. That's number one. There's 2 or 3 others here too. So I'm actually still, right now, isn't that bizarre, getting you more than I did then. Which would be good to keep you alive, yes?
Yeah. Where were the eggs?
You probably may have cooked them or I threw them out. I don't know. I don't really care. I do know that I'm tired. And I will tell you that Mei Ling said, you know what? You got a problem. And she made me stay and hug her and everything else and breathe and do breath exercises. But you know what? She's got a point. I am the primary
Everything.
and not just for you. For who? Me.
Yeah.
So really, Tim, yeah, lots of things like coming up here and finding a disaster behind this chair and just all that little bit is overwhelming to me. And you don't seem to get it. You just don't. That might be your condition and you're going to die in 3 months. And you wonder why I need a fucking trike. And that's the pragmatics. I did, Tim. I had close to $100,000 available to me. Let's go back 20 years. I blew that. I literally got rid of it. I did not spend it frivolously on me. I likely spent it on us, whatever that fucking means. Then I went into my credit line and I bought a lot of stupid shit. I wasn't very smart. I bought $1,200 something motorcycles that Les didn't fix the chain and God knows what. But I spent that. I paid off your bills. I did whatever. And I didn't just do that. You may have been buying gas to go to work. For the most part, Tim. I paid the repairs on vehicles. That costs money. I paid the taxes. I stopped working and I tried to clean up this place. I've spent a lot of money. And now I'm at 60 years old with a man on oxygen who has maybe a year to live. Kind of cool, ain't it? And I'm talking about, boy, they must love me. They must think I'm good for it. And they've approved me for another $60,000 against Paula Crescent. So I can, what, go and buy something so we can go out on a bike? I'm angry, Tim.
Yeah.
Why am I angry?
You feel I'm not doing my part.
I feel like I'm not appreciated. Or something. I don't know what. I sound like a narcissist. I know I do. But I really feel like I'm not appreciated.
You are.
No. You know what's appreciated? I should go buy the fucking goddamn Riker so I can ride it. I like that vehicle. That means you are not riding this year. That means you're not with me this year. I'm having a really hard time with all of this, Tim. Because I'm a sentimental dumb bitch. I don't know why I'm so angry, but you rolling your eyes about going to go get eggs to maybe cook just really sets me off.
You roll my eyes.
You did something. God fucking damn. I'm angry about this dude with this thing. I don't think that that's honorable. I have too much pride to tell him that. I won't tell him that. Probably because I'm a Norse woman. By the way, I used to look like one. I was covered in blonde hair that if the sun hit me, if out at Cultus, it was weird. There were pictures I saw people took. It was weird. But David hated it. He said it was ugly. Anyway.
I know what I think of David.
Well, I know what I think of all of you. And I really... You're the closest that has come to a buddy compatriot, and you still don't measure up. But you're the closest, okay? Is that okay to say?
Yes.
Because I just put it... I'm sorry, this sounds like a narcissist. I just put it back and go, I would have done a whole lot of the things you did. So you're only the closest. Tim, you've been here for 20 plus years.
Yes, I have.
We could have had paradise. Could we?
Whatever closest we can get to it.
Why did we not have paradise? You might have had paradise in your version. I did not, my friend.
What does it mean?
Well, what do you mean by that?
You fucking up all the time.
Well, you fucking up on a lot of different levels. I hope we don't have to discuss them right now. But, I haven't booted you out yet. And what I said to Christine was, you know what, I didn't boot him out all those other times. I guess this would be even worse. I'll never make it out of purgatory. If there is a purgatory. Sending somebody out like you right now, Tim, is enough to damn a soul. It's not a Christian comment, that's just a comment from the gut. I would expect the universe to damn me, and I am an old soul, and I know enough not to be damned. But we could have had paradise here, and I tried for paradise. And I'm still trying for something. Jesus Christ. I don't know who to ask for help. I keep saying who has a son. So let's not answer that physically on tape. I think you know where I'm going with that thought. I have no offspring who gave a damn that I basically died for each one of them, and I did. I've got the medical records to show it. I died each time. And you weren't really around for that. You just have to take my whatever. But Kathy will attest to it, and if Brian Crow was still here, he would too. And anyway, okay, so you probably cooked those, or I threw them out, or I don't fucking know. I really don't even know who I'm talking to anymore. I call people 2 or 3 times. Talk to you. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Okay. Well. I don't know what I was coming upstairs to tell you. Mostly that fact that I have blown 350, 30, and 50 is what? I've blown over $500,000. It's pretty wild, isn't it? I realize there's a change in the world and whatever, and there's been a lot of shit, including Ben and everything else, which these things take money. You know what? The fact you can't pull a chair out and vacuum behind it really pisses me off comparably. Good, so let's watch Ragnar die by snakes. That sounds like fun. What? It was
30 years.
Very wonderful soul. Let's portray here. It's
I
on
was 33, 34 years old.
You weren't 33. Couldn't have been 33. I was 33 or 4 or 5.
I wasn't that close to 40.
Okay, that's good. We need to know this because I'll never remember someday. In 1994, I lived through David. In 1995, I lived through David and more. Stan was around. In 1996 or so, you showed. In 1997, my mother was doing other stuff and you were here.
96.
Let's go 97. You were here 97.
26 years.
My parents' marriage lasted 26 years. I feel like I'm living... Okay, we're all over the place with this, right? I feel like I'm living a repeat of history. My parents' marriage actually lasted 26 years. That woman today is a twit. Those 2 who were here that did the...
Yeah.
I no longer own a shadow. Oh well. I came to the conclusion, on a side note, you know what, that was a dumb thing for me to buy.
Never rode it.
What?
I never really rode it.
I did it 2 seasons, barely. It really was a dumb thing to buy. And at that time, on a side note, that's when I was going to buy the Spider or something else or a trike. It's pretty dumb, wasn't it? It was 2016. That's when I was going to do it. And I didn't. I bought that instead. So I'm right back at that same learning curve. Isn't that bizarre? Now I'm going to do it all over again. And that's what I should have got then. By the way, if I had bought a spider trike or something like it, I would have my full license now. I know that. It's that easy. Having said all of that, okay, my parents lasted 26 years. Where was I going with this? You're a long time, my friend.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you've lived through with me. Maybe it was in hell. You can say that in a minute. I don't care. I'm sure I'm not the easiest person to put up with. But I have lived through a lot of really bad stuff. One of the reasons you're out here, not in there, is because of 3 times you did something. And I said, I can't do it no more. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
Just not playing the way I should.
No, the 3rd time you disappeared off the face of the earth for days. I said, I'm not bringing you ever back in there. Ever. Ever. Never. That's because that was like an oath to the gods. I can't do it again. And right now I know you're not that well and all sorts of stuff, and I don't know where I'm going. Talk for a minute or two.
I understand this is all very stressful for you. I'm not ready to go. I'm really no help because I can't.
Stop it! Go on. He's chewing on tape. Okay, go ahead.
I really can't advise you on what to do. I'm glad you've got a cushion now.
I may have a cushion coming in. I really want to be able to put you in the back of the motorcycle. But I can't take the whole pillow and put it there.
I know.
And I guess you better pray tonight. I will remind you. I will remind you because we're not going to church tomorrow. Don't worry, you can pray all the way in and do it audibly on tape, okay? I would like to hear somebody else pray other than me. I don't really pray to God. I don't know who I pray to. I guess it's God. It's whoever made the world. Or maybe the gods are real and not real and along with the gods. It would be nice to hear somebody else pray. And, I don't know. It's just it's not really just being overwhelmed. I feel like I'm on a roller coaster. I'm dizzy in the mornings with what I'm doing. I get dizzy doing the stuff on one night. I feel like I am running. Flying at the speed of light. Is that better? I don't even know how to describe it. I'm just shh, and it goes bang, and it's like I hit a wall, and I get dizzy, and it's probably anxiety. I don't know what it is. Well, if it wasn't a spiritual note, I am flying at the speed of light.
And by the seat of your pants.
Oh, yes. Amelia Earhart. I love her. And, I don't even know what vehicle I'm flying. I'm just overwhelmed. That's overwhelmed with this idiot tonight. $20,000 as opposed to 18. What? And I was gracious. man. No, I'd give you first crack, but it's got to be 20. You're an honorable man. Was I telling the full truth?
No.
Oh, no, he was an honorable man to call me. I was telling the truth. Is he an honorable man?
No.
That's the question.
I just said no twice too.
Yeah, well, I was... When I said, I told him, you're an honorable man, is that the truth? And you said, no, well, that's true. Well, he is an honorable man to call me.
Yeah.
Is he acting honorably?
No.
No. And I not only acted honorably today, that's how I feel, with the bullshit that went on, I even gave him a deal.
Yeah.
And came to the conclusion that, well, I got my mirrors, I wanted my mirrors back. So it's kind of weird that the universe figured out a way to do that. And other than that, I just put out tithe. I don't know if you get that in a theological, but I want to talk to this ladies group. You know what? This is what's going on. Because I think I just tithed, and I don't know how or why. And they'll argue that I didn't, but I feel like I did. So, you know, my Christianity or whatever it is, or spiritual, is different than a lot of people's. I'm overwhelmed too. It's now where did I put 7:52?
Where's the stick?
Goody!
What did you do with it?
And life sucks.
Yeah, well, you don't put it way in the back seat. It goes underneath the other things, okay?
So don't run over Kevin.
We'll take pictures of him.
Hi.
Back in, that's the problem. Okay. Don't just run that long aimlessly, because that's what you're doing. Can you shut it back off, please? Thank you. I'm gonna get out and change my shirt. Coffee frappuccino venti with whip, and a strawberry frappuccino venti with whip.
All right. Anything else for you today?
That's good right now.
Okay, we'll see you at the window.
See, isn't this hysterical?
Yep.
You sure not drop anything. Seriously, Houston. Bye.
12.50, please.
Just a minute. Let's back up a little bit.
For you.
Hang on. I got short arms.
No worries.
Thank you.
Alright, here's 2 straws for you.
Don't put that in.
Would you like your receipt today at all?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, don't put mine in yet.
And light ice. Yeah, anything else for you today? Wonderful. 6.25, please. All right, here's the coffee frappuccino with whip.
Okay. You never bought straws. Well, I may want these, okay?
All right,
So,
and the
let's put
strawberry.
this on. Hang on a second.
There you go. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good God. Oh. So, here we go. Okay?
Yep.
He's right up there. I don't know if you can get him. He's sitting there. And I don't know if I can get back to all right yet. Good morning to you, dear. Hi. There's a train sitting there too. Oh, Jesus. Good God. Yeah, I'm not getting pickup properly with this. Where's highway? Are you not there on that yet?
I'm here somewhere.
That's a good thing, isn't it? What is going on for you right now? Okay, so you've got at least that 4 minutes. What is going on for you right now?
We're just short on breath.
Staring out a window is not cool. Nobody's talking. So that should go right now. Go off right now.
Or 2 minutes.
No, maybe right about there. What did you say?
I guess we're blank.
I guess so. So I guess you should do this. Hello? that thing up and I'm turning left on 20th. And then I'm turning right on something else.
On 20th.
I could run 20th.
Right on 137, 138A.
Right on what?
Left on 20th. Right on 137.
I don't care. I've turned left on 20th. Now what?
Right on 137A. On 138.
Yeah, because I can talk to Les too. But I want pictures under here.
All carbureted bikes need that little work.
See, that can be done too. No, because
You can
this,
actually put a pad there if you need.
but this should actually even change then.
Yeah, it can come off, but you have to figure that out. Then it's got the bracket there for this, so you might want to remove that too. I don't know exactly what you guys.
It's okay, if you turn it off, I can hear you better.
There you go.
There are a lot of logistics now that you
Okay,
said.
Okay.
I want to
Yeah.
talk
To, it's,
and I
Sunday
make
dealers crazy.
Les
It
would
calls
do my
back
work
and
in the
calls back
valley.
on. Yes, but,
Yeah,
yes,
we've got
I
some
need to
pictures
think about,
show.
you know,
I
the
need to think
picture
about
I
that
can't
detail.
tell. Everybody's
And the
close
turn
to
signal
it, but I
of
would
the
talk
bike would
2 by
look very
2.
good without the fairing, to tell you the truth. It wouldn't. It would just look like a bunch of wires and a
Well, no, if he could
handlebars riding
rechange-
down the road.
If
Yeah.
he could do that, because that's the other
Yeah.
kicker. Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, thank you
Okay,
very
thank
much.
you very
Okay.
much. And
Nice to meet you.
best of luck there,
Thank you.
my friend. And yeah, I saw you get on it. You look good up there, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be.
Yeah,
He's,
there you go.
he rode for years
Yeah,
and
yeah,
with me.
yeah,
We rode
yeah,
together, and
yeah.
then now we're doing this.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the last ride is 1,000 Bronco.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the old ones.
Yeah. That's Yamaha, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I love skinny bikes.
Yeah. You might be looking for something like that because I noticed you were having a little trouble pushing it.
It's wide. It is
and
wide.
This is flat. This is as flat as it's going to be. Like I push it from down there, or I push it even with the bars. I just grab the bars
and
just
and
push it.
she'll go.
And I steer it and everything and just back it in. I have some obstacles and I get around the obstacles.
Just a few.
Just a few.
Okay,
Yeah.
take care. Come on, we're gonna go get
Okay.
you your
Well,
coffee.
Take
thing.
care, Tim.
Thank
You
you.
Okay, and you guys have a wonderful day.
You
You
too.
know how to get out of here. As long as you get back to 16. You know what?
I can do that.
You know
I
what?
tell you, we did. We got in this area and we went around and
Yeah,
around and
yeah,
around
no,
over
no,
there.
I'll tell you how to go. Go to the stop sign here at the end of the street.
Yeah.
Turn left and turn another left. When you get up to the light there, turn right, and that'll be right down to 16th. And
Gotcha.
then we're all the way out 16th.
Then we're happening.
Okay.
Okay.
See you later, there, Kai.
Take care. Look at me. Did you play that thing down?
Yep.
Thank you. Clear? Sort of. Goes.
It's a four-way stop.
Yeah, it's my go, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good, let's go. Hello.
I hear.
don't hit the highway. Because then I've got traffic and resistance. That little bike. There. Now, right now you can probably sit in the vehicle.
Yeah.
I have got to go to the bathroom like you wouldn't believe. Don't you dare leave the vehicle.
No.
I've got all sorts of things in here that you never have nobody's out front. It's a problem, okay? Got it. Definitely got it. That will take it back out if it has to. 1, 2, 3. This way. No, 2. It's up here. It's up here. Wow. Circle it back.